Simba inantina ndashaya Simba Bonesi
Praise God, praise God, praise God, praise God. I trust that you are keeping well and well kept by the keeping keeper. Praise God. The Lord, the name of the Lord be praised. I want us to come quickly to the book of John chapter number 11. I want you to know today that there is no friend like Jesus. there is no lover like Jesus. Nobody can love you like Jesus can. In John chapter number 11, verse number 1. Now a certain man was ill, Lazarus from Bethany, the village of Mary and his sister Martha. Mary was the woman who anointed the Lord with perfume and wiped his feet with her hair. Her brother Lazarus was the one who was ill. So the sisters sent word to Jesus and told him, Lord, the one whom you love is ill. But when Jesus heard it, he said, this illness isn't meant to end in death. It's for God's glory, so that the Son of God may be glorified through it. Now, Jesus loved Mary and her sister Lazarus. Yet when he heard that Lazarus was ill, he stayed where he was for 2 more days. 2 more days. After this, he told the disciples, let's go back to Judea. The disciples told him, Rabbi, the Jewish leaders were just now trying to stone you to death, and you're talking of going back there. Jesus replied, there are 12 hours in the day, aren't there? If anyone walks during the day, he does not stumble because he sees the light of this world. But if anyone walks at night, he stumbles because the light is not in him. These were the things he said. Then after this, he told them, our friend Lazarus has fallen asleep, but I'm leaving to wake him up. So the disciples told him, Lord, if he has fallen asleep, he will get well. Jesus, however, had been speaking about his death, but they thought that he was speaking about resting and sleeping. Then Jesus told them plainly, Lazarus has died. For your sake, I'm glad that I wasn't there so that you may believe. But let's go to him. Then Thomas, who was called the twin, told his fellow disciples, let's go too, so that we may die with him. Let's go too, so that we may die with him. Praise God. When Jesus arrived, he found that Lazarus had already been in the tomb for 4 days. Now Bethany was near Jerusalem, about 15 stadia away. And many of the Jews had come to Martha and Mary to console them about their brother. As soon as Martha heard that Jesus was coming, she went and met him, while Mary stayed at home. Martha told Jesus, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. But even now I know that whatever you ask of God, he will give it to you. Jesus told her, your brother will rise again. Martha told him, I know that he will rise again in the resurrection on the last day. Jesus told her, I am the resurrection and the life. The person who believes in me, even though he dies, will live. Indeed, everyone who lives and believes in me will never die. Do you believe that? Yes, Lord, she told him. I believe that you are the Messiah, the Son of God, the one who was to come into the world. When she had said this, she went away and called his sister Mary and told her privately, the teacher is here and is calling for you. As soon as Mary heard this, she got up quickly and went to him. Now Jesus had not yet arrived at the village, but was still at the place where Martha had met with him. When the Jewish leaders who had been with her, consoling her in the house, saw Mary get up quickly and go out, they followed her, thinking that she had gone to the tomb to cry there. As soon as Mary came to where Jesus was and saw him, she fell down at his feet and said, Lord, if you'd been here, my brother wouldn't have died. When Jesus saw her crying, and the Jews who had come with her crying too, he was greatly troubled in spirit and deeply moved. He asked, where have you put him? Where have you laid him? They told him, Lord, come and see. Jesus burst into tears. So the Jewish leaders said, see how much he loved him. But some of them said, surely the one who opened the eyes of the blind men could have kept this man from dying, couldn't he? Now listen to this. Groaning deeply again, Jesus came to the tomb. It was a cave, and a stone was laid in front of it. Jesus said, remove the stone. Martha, the dead man's sister, told him, Lord, there must be a stench by now, because he's been dead for 4 days. Jesus told her, I told you that if you believed, you would see God's glory, didn't I? So they removed the stone. Then Jesus looked upward and said, Father, I thank you for hearing me. I know that you always hear me, but I have said this for the sake of the crowd that's standing here, so that they may believe that you sent me. After saying this, he shouted with a loud voice, Lazarus, come out. The man who had died came out, his hands and feet tied with strips of cloth, and his face wrapped in a handkerchief. Jesus told them, untie him and let him go.